So we now have Susie Kahlich. Kahlich. But with a German pronunciation.
In Germany.
Okay, we're in Germany, so we'll do it. And Emma Karlsson. In an interview. Very nice to have you both here. And I thought there were so many parallels between you that it would make sense for us to have a conversation all together. I'm going to think what they are any second now. Yeah.
Those kinds of parallels.
Emma, you came to us from Berlin from Sweden because you were bored, is that right?
Yeah, it's yeah.
There you go. Where were you in Sweden that was so boring?
In Gothenburg.
It's the only city I've been to in Sweden.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Actually, I was there for one night and I had acid-drenched sex. That's the only thing I remember. Yeah, that's
you should have called me.
That's honestly you were 12 then. It was the only thing. It was the only thing that, but it was the only thing that I remember about Gothenburg. Quite honestly, that was an honest answer.
Really?
So yeah, but I'm interviewing you, so let's just stick to. What are your memories of Gothenburg?
It's very grey.
I think I had a better time.
The alcohol is expensive. You work all the time.
Yeah. And why do you like Berlin? Why did you come to Berlin?
Here, I went to Amsterdam for a weekend and realized that you could live a different life than I did. So, and I didn't want to go to Amsterdam because I know people there, so it's too easy. So I told my boss that hey, I'm gonna move abroad, wherever, probably Berlin. And she said, good luck with your German. And I was like, watch me. And then I sold everything in my flat. I quit my job and I left a month later.
And how many German words do you know a year later?
Yeah, I know genau, ja klar.
Basically everything, yes.
All I know.
I lived for 15 years on those two. And can I have a cigarette, please? Susie.
Yes.
Was your experience similar?
In Gothenburg? I was with you.
Touché.
Thanks a lot.
Right, but you have shorter hair.
It's a long time
You're
ago.
not purple.
You were a dreadlocked Swedish person last time I met you. How do you do that?
Acid.
You spent some time in LA.
I did spend too much time in LA.
You didn't like it?
No, I hated it pretty much every single second. The first month was all right. But after that, it was hell.
Okay. So, a reasonably ambivalent time, or?
Yeah, I just wasn't sure whether I wanted to stay or go, so...
So you enjoyed the first month, and after that was hell. How long were you there?
11 years
okay.
of hell, actually. I know, that sounds crazy, doesn't it? Because I'm a little crazy. So.
And what brought you to Berlin?
Well, I didn't go straight from LA to Berlin. I went from LA with a brief stop in Chicago, my home city, and then Paris for 5.5 years, which is kind of what brought me to Berlin.
5 years in Paris will bring anyone to Berlin.
5 years in Paris brought me to Berlin. Yeah, 11 years in LA wasn't enough to do it. Can you imagine? No, I needed 5 years of Paris to push me. Yeah.
When I think of Paris, I think of garrets. I don't know, just the word garret comes to mind. Were you in a garret?
That's a guillotine.
Garret is like an attic where it's damp and you paint.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you're in a garret, you gotta paint. I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah, Garrett actually makes me think of the name, so I was a little confused. I was like, I was never
Irishman.
in a Garrett.
That is not a French name.
No. Yeah, actually, my first apartment there was a Garrett. It was a chambre de bonne, is what it's called. Yeah, it was damp and tiny. And
did you paint?
Did I paint?
Did you want to paint?
No and no.
Oh.
No.
Did you want to do a radio broadcast, perhaps?
At that point, no. And then I moved to a larger apartment that wasn't quite so damp, and that I painted another
That's
color.
Similar.
Yeah. And then I wanted to do a radio broadcast.
Yes. Which you did.
Which I did. I started my show in Paris about exhibits around Paris, from big museums to tiny little galleries. And then I wanted to go bigger. So I came to Berlin, changed the name of the show.
What is the name of the show?
The name of the show is Artipeous.
How do you spell that? Because I had some trouble with that myself.
I know. Me too. Like every
Try
time.
Googling that, you fucker.
I know. Artipeou. I know. I do too. OEUS.
And in German, please.
Oh, you're so vicious.
Really? You want me to do that?
No.
I'm not gonna do that.
I wouldn't understand you.
Okay, and so you moved to Berlin, and you're covering the main thing of the show is that you kind of review art exhibitions. Is that accurate?
Well, I visit art exhibitions and I give my opinion about the art, about the artist, about the curation of the show, how it's presented, how it relates to personal life or everyday life. So it's less about review and more about making art accessible to people intimidated by art. Because most art reviews are very academic. You know, a lot of adjectives and nouns and no verbs.
Probably a couple of adverbs in there as well.
Yeah. Masquerading as verbs, usually. Yes.
So it's kind of more for the layman.
Yeah. It's for the people who say, like, you know, I don't know about art, but I know what I like. So it's to help them describe what they like. And just to be not intimidated. A lot of people will make a special trip to a museum. They'll never go into a gallery because they think that you need a special invitation or you can't go in unless you're going to buy. Not realizing that you can walk into any of these things, and galleries are the best things to walk into on a Friday night. Because of the free booze. Exactly. That's the exact that's why I go. Really.
Yeah, but always red wine. I don't know why.
But it's the best, though.
Yeah, but you know, it is a weird thing because if people get... I think because red wine makes people behave.
I think they're slightly soporific.
No, if you think about it, if people get really drunk and they start gesticulating with white wine, they'll throw wine all over the walls and the paintings and everything. If they're thinking, oh, I've got red wine and it's going to stain something, I should probably not get too drunk at this gallery.
I think it's a matter of trust.
Yeah. But also I noticed with red wine, you instinctively throw salt on it. Do you,
Yes.
do you do that as well?
Yeah.
You just go, oh, fuck.
Yes.
Then you just like...
Yes.
Yeah, and that would fuck up the artwork as well a bit, wouldn't it?
It would change it.
Yeah. Well, change it, yeah, exactly. It's a living
there's no
artwork.
fucking up. There's only change.
Yeah, art is
world.
fucking... Oh,
Art, no.
no.
Don't say that to artists.
No.
But, yeah.
Okay, I have a couple of questions here that I wrote down earlier. Do you want to hear them?
Okay, shoot.
You've both got to answer them on the fly. Are you ready? Who would you kill if you had a gun?
Shit.
Dick Cheney.
Donald Trump.
Who?
Donald Trump.
Cool. What would you do first if you were made US president?
Kill Dick Cheney.
Kill Donald Trump.
That was the only two questions I had.
That's it?
That's it.
Wait,
Great job.
I'm sure I had something else
To
here.
fire around.
Who'd you kill if you gun? No, I just repeated it over and over and over. Wait,
Until you get the right answer.
I had a question for guitarists. It's like, what are your favorite and least favorite guitarist jokes? But that's not going to work, is it?
No.
No, I'd need...
What are your least favorite Swedish female DJ jokes?
What?
Good answer. Thank you. We'll take that one. Why white lie?
Okay, basically, I came to Berlin, saw all these dudes playing techno electronic music, and it pissed me off. So I started to organize parties of my own with two other friends, and we just picked hip hop because it was so different. And then we split it up, and I kept doing it, and I just picked the name White Lie because I didn't know how to DJ, but I still got booked. So I lied. And so like the underline is the whitest female hip hop DJ alive. So it goes like kind of hand in hand. Basically just a joke. It's a person I created, like a character that I created. White Lie is a douche though. Do not talk to her.
Okay, what else have here? Do you have an offshore bank account?
Not anymore.
I was reading the news today, I don't know. Ditch that one.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea for a second book? That was also someone else.
Now what you saying?
I'm a bit crap with writing down questions, I must be honest. What's it about? That's not
You're a
gonna
good
work.
organizer.
Yeah, thank you. What songs, Emma, do you get requested the most?
Justin Bieber.
Really?
Really?
People ask me to play dancehall a lot. I don't even know what dancehall is, and I don't give a fuck.
You're a fake.
You're like a white lie.
I'm like a white lie.
What do you get? Is there like a classic thing that you get people saying to you when you DJ? You know, do people come up and say?
They ask for my phone number. No, but seriously, that's it.
And then you say, "Oh, this is a song called My Phone Number."
Then I play Hotline Bling.
That was like a DJ in joke, was it?
Yeah.
They left.
Okay, this is also from music. I wrote some questions down from a musician, but I'm sure you can answer this one, Susie.
Sure.
If you had to describe... No, that's not going to work. Sorry.
Anyway, ask it anyway. Now I want to know.
If you had to describe music to a deaf person, what would you say?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Music is something that is based on rhythm, speed, beats, and something you feel in your bones.
So a deaf person could.
Yeah. So a
Could
deaf
feel it.
person... I mean, but I couldn't explain it to a deaf person if I was explaining it like this.
It's like explaining
they wouldn't
color to a
hear
blind
me.
And they'd be like, what?
I know.
You're like, oh, fuck it, never mind.
This is how I would explain it.
You people are fucking pointless. But yeah, with a lot of mime, I think is the
that's
correct
a
answer.
bad joke. But
Yeah. But no, actually, I was many years ago. I was in Barcelona, and I went there was like a festival, and I turned up in this square, and there was all these people sitting around. And they were like made the motion for play a song. I started playing, and then they suddenly, I had an acoustic guitar with me, and then I suddenly realised that they're all deaf. And it's completely weird. No, but then they one by one they held the neck of the guitar because you get this vibration coming off the thing, and then they were like really, really getting into it, and like this, and I actually kind of realized that or remembered that like music or sound is actually vibrated air, you know, and that's what they were getting off on, kind of thing.
that's nice.
It's kind of a weird thing. So I was standing there with the only. You know, I was fucking up all over the place. You know, I was trying to play Bob Dylan or something, but no one knew. But they were just digging the vibrations. So you know, that probably says something to someone about something. Emma, would you like to ask Susie a question?
Yeah. How would you feel about making a collab between your radio thing and my radio thing?
I could do that.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
I know. We're networking on the couch. Right next to each other.
Susie, would you like to ask Emma a question? Not the obvious one.
What's the obvious one?
I don't know. I just thought I'd say that in case. See how you reacted.
Where do you go out in Berlin?
Where do I go out? I'm trying to find hip hop parties. It's really hard. But I usually end up on the like bigger clubs anyway.
Did you know that Tricky lives here?
No.
Yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah, I just saw him the other night. I didn't. My German teacher saw him.
Someone's couch is like the joke always. Oh, sorry. Tricky.
What?
There was this like show, Space Ghost, and like he was interviewing Bjork, and Space Ghost was telling Bjork, could you please tell Tricky to leave our couch finally? Like, because Tricky was crashing in their couch. I'm sorry.
I didn't see that.
There you
but
go.
I know the show, the Space Ghost. It was a great show.
Oh, no, Space Ghost. I'm out of the loop. Yes. Would you like to ask something?
What is your podcast called, Emma?
Oh, good question. Oh, I
Postcard?
should ask.
That
Maybe
is
I
a
should
good
ask that
question.
because she asked me to give her a shout out. Maybe I should know the name.
I do have a podcast called Sifting Gold. It's about art and music in Berlin, but it's like a storytelling based podcast in like focusing on humor a lot. We're just fucking around basically. And since my DJ nick is White Lie, half of it could not be true.
All right. That's
Okay.
that's not like the art one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions? Because I haven't got any more. I just got the same thing written over and over and over again.
What is the best exhibition you've seen this year so far?
In Berlin. The best one that I've seen so far actually was the Mary Bauermeister exhibit, which is closed now, I think. Pretty sure. At 401 Contemporary. I didn't know who do you know who she is? Mary Bauermeister? She's a German artist from the 1970s. And then she was really big in the early 70s, and then she sort of disappeared. But she's kind of having a comeback, or they're trying to give her a comeback. Her work is really, it's really, really vibrant and really, really alive and looks really, really young. And it's really hard to believe that it's made by an 81-year-old woman. It's very moving. Not because she's 81, because it's good.
Thank you for the save. That was good.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, does anyone else have any questions? Otherwise, we'll move on to talking to Steve.
By the way, the name of my podcast is Sifting Gold. Sifting Gold.
Thanks, Emma, because we didn't quite get that the first time around. Where can we find that podcast, Emma?
Everywhere online. Just Google it. SoundCloud, all podcast apps. Sifting Gold. Remember? Do you hear me? Is this on?
Someone turn that mic off. Get her out of here. She said she wouldn't do that.
Sifting Gold.
Yes.
Sifting Gold. Yes.
And Artipeous can, of course, be found on the indieBerlin radio show, as well as
SoundCloud, iTunes, all the other thingies. Yes.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Wherever you can find Sifting Gold, you can find Artipeous too.
That's right. Artipeous follows Sifting Gold everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Thank you very much, Susie Kahlich
Thank you.
and Emma Karlsson. Emma's going to play some hip-hop music for us. Woo! Get down, hot dog. Spooky.
Like right away. Can I have a cigarette first?
Yes, you can have a cigarette first.